G'day guys and welcome back to Oztrek Gelsoft. This week we're going to be going through some PPE which is absolutely mandatory to take onto the field if you're ever going to the field. If you plan on keeping it at home, you still got to wear your glasses anyway. And obviously you're not allowed to take blasters out in public, so make sure everybody knows that. And if they do go anywhere, they get travelled in a box of some description or a bag, at least out of sight, out of mind, right? So basically, to start with, we've got two different types of glasses, which I do recommend. Anything wraparound, folklore style, is okay. The glasses that come in the actual box, just grab them and throw them out, or use them for some target practice, because that's about all they're good for. So, throw those over here. A really good brand to get is actually this Miltech here. I love it. Great glasses. They're fantastic. They've got nice breathing air holes through them. These are more goggles, I would say, but they're great. They sit on the head. They do look a bit tacky, but they're definitely not coming off through gameplay, which is absolutely important. They do come with some nice lens cleaner and a goggle bag, which is something to keep in mind as well. Miltech, very nice gear. So the other thing that I would absolutely recommend bringing to a game is a face mask. Shout out Gel Dogs. You don't want to be hit by Muppet with a nice sniper shot and cop that one in the face with his M24. That's a mean machine, that little thing. And this thing here will just keep you safe, you know, especially if you cop it in the ears, whatever. They're not nice. They don't feel good, and especially with 400 FPS blasters out there, you've really got to, you know, protect yourself a little bit. So it's not a mandatory. Absolutely mandatory. So make sure you get yourself some good goggles, good glasses, good something, and throw the ones that come in the packet away. Now the other thing that I can put out is make sure that we have good shoes. So the shoes that I got here are Hunter's Element. Now I like my hunting. If you can't tell by my kit, I always wear pretty much hunting gear anytime I'm in the bush, except for usually the pants. I usually wear Airsoft Pants because they're really nice and rugged. Like, they're rugged. That's all I can say. They've got great protection in the knees generally when they're in. So, and in the elbows if you do have the shirt on. So I just wear them just so that I've got them on the knee, and basically whenever you're kneeling down, they're great. But I mean, when you're doing your slides and you're coming in to try and get yourself barricaded properly, these are definitely something that you want on there. You're going to stop so many pairs of pants getting ripped, it's not funny. So I will go through those ones in a second. Unfortunately, unless you're stitching them onto the other pants, you have to get the right pants for them. But the shoes are great. Hunter's Element. Look, these things are really light. They don't make these ones anymore. There's the Foxtrots, but anything that's honestly really rigid-toed and rigid around the ankles is something that's going to be absolutely imperative. It's going to stop you from getting that twisted ankle, and it's going to stop you from going home. Something that's got a nice solid cap on the front. Doesn't matter if it's steel cap or just hard plastic, whatever. It's just something that you're not going to kick your toes with, and something you're not going to twist your ankles with. Essentially, it's going to give you the best day's gameplay out there. So, recommend a good pair of shoes. If you're going sniping, it pays to bring an absolute bucket of gel balls, some in water, some out, ready for the day. Whatever you've got, you bring them. You need about maybe 20,000. They recommend 20,000 anyway when you're going for a day. So I mean, you definitely go through a lot more than that, depending if your gel blaster's shooting, you know, 12 per second, like the ones behind me. Definitely make sure you've got your pre-sacked gel balls. Now, something which I don't think is spoken about enough is batteries. I've got another battery over there for the other one. Just want to give you three different examples. This one here is for my Kublai. This is a piece of eye candy which I'll bring in later in the piece for you to have a look at. It's an absolute beast, this one. But this one runs basically the same thing, different fittings. Issue is different fittings. So you can't just, like, this one has a Tamar on it, and this one's clearly not a Tamar connection. So I should probably maybe chop shop it again, just so that they all fit. But either way, this one here is for a Gen 9, an 11 11 volt for a Gen 9, 11.1, and different fittings again. So make sure you've got chargers on hand if you don't, and absolutely at least one other battery, but another way of keeping your backup charge happening somewhere along the time. Otherwise, you're just going to sell yourself short and you're not going to have a good day's fun. Another thing too I would recommend is a sling. Doesn't matter what kind of sling, any sort of sling will do. These are particularly fun because they take the shock out of it when you're running around. I like it. Works really well. Like best $11 you'll spend. Guarantee that one. And possibly some gloves. Any gloves, good glove will do. Doesn't matter. Just really want to stop those things from smashing you in the knuckles when they come and flying past, because they don't feel the best, especially if they're using AKs and they're being shot by something that's really good and someone with a really good shot. It's kind of fun to take fingers out. But now, something I'll recommend to also take is some sort of a bum bag or a front carry pack or a pouch, anything that you can actually fit some more balls in, some more gels. You can stuff this thing quite clearly full of a few more rounds, and this is going to keep you going when you're on the field just that little bit longer. It's going to have to stop you from running back, you know, putting your hand up and going back and getting more because you've run out, or asking somebody else for it, you know, who may not necessarily want to give up their AKs because they're not cheap, you know. So, and number two, they might not work good with your blaster. See, they might not work good with your blaster, so make sure you are obviously suiting your gel balls to your blasters as well, because your blaster's pretty much only as good as the gel balls that it's shooting, right? So I do recommend some sort of a bum bag or carry pouch. Another thing that I do along the lines of, and I didn't say that, was other batteries too. So even if you're out in the snipe for the day and you got this bad boy, it still needs batteries. You've got automatic preload. So what happens when these run dry? Then you're not taking shots, are you? Simple as that. So make sure you've got, if you've got something like this, carry a couple of spare AAAs. If you've got a blaster like this, I recommend 4, 5 lipos. And same thing with the Kublai behind me. And they're all 11.1 volts, so make sure you carry batteries. In the case of a little quick one, little Beretta, of course it's got the 14.8 volt option. So if this runs out of batteries like this, you remove the hop up, put the light on the front and just flip it over. You get an extra, what, couple of hours gameplay out of it anyway. These actually have good battery life in them for what they are, but you still need that extra battery. It's the same thing as you always need extra mags no matter what you've got. You never just have one mag unless, of course, it's something like this and you don't need another mag for it. So what happens in the event that you do run out of batteries and you're only sniping for the day? You've lost your handpiece. Did you bring a manual sniper? These are just some things that you've got to think about. Something that's going to get you out of trouble for the day, and something that you're not going to have to maybe drive 50 minutes back home and have wasted the day because, you know, you didn't have the right gear on the right day. So that's pretty important. I think number two too is another one. If you do sort of like the milsim stuff, which I do, and I particularly like my hunting, as we can see, and this is obviously not real stuff, this is obviously toy stuff, but I do recommend to maybe fit in with your environment. So blending into your surroundings is 100% something that you should be doing anyway. So if you're doing, you know, like close quarter, you know, combat or something like that, or if you're doing, you know, just some more skirmish stuff like behind me, or you're going out there into the wild-ish, in brackets, to go out there and, you know, get your snipe on, you know, stuff like this. Really help you get down there, you know, right in amongst it all. I mean, it is real hunting stuff. Hunter's Element, oh no, this one's Ridgeline, sorry. And it's very quiet, this stuff. So, example, I would take something with water on it while I'm going out. Water, and these ones here for sniping. example, because I can put a lot of gels in this. I don't actually have to run around with a spare bum bag or anything like that. And you know, I can get everything mounted on this. It's got a couple of litres of water on it. It's good for the day. You sit there and just, you know, hammer on it, and then you have shots. You know, just pop people out all day. That's what your snipe's all about. So, unless of course you're going to run back in there with a you know. But let's just say you're out of all that. You know, you've only got this one here. Then you just want to be able to hold your position really nicely and still enjoy the most of your day. So, the point to be taken away from this is that your rollout gear really relates to how good a day that you're going to have ultimately. So, I mean, you can call it milsim. You can, I mean, this is all milsim, but you know, if you look at like real stuff, like that's a real knife. You're not allowed to bring stuff like that, right? But water, bring water. It doesn't matter if it's just on a belt or if it's on a vest. It doesn't matter. I've got another vest behind me here, which is so more for the QCB stuff. So let's get rid of this. Right, now I'm going to be doing live streams, guys. So I'd love for you to join on the live streams. They're going to be really fun. We're going to be doing lots of testing of these things too. You can point out things and you show me exactly what you want to see. Do you want to see an FPS test on it? Do you want an FPS test done on this, on the HK, on the sniper rifles, and some target shooting and whatnot? We'll have some fun. Got to try and create this community a little bit more than what it is, and so far it's got a really good roll behind it. So up the Gelsoft community, massive ups to Gel Dogs. Muppet, you're a champion, bro. Tune into Gel Dogs. Muppet's really good, man. He's on the snipe all the time. He also got some really nice close quarter combat stuff as well, so tune into those guys and make sure you give them a good look. Okay, now here for our QCB stuff. This is just a new vest. This is not a very expensive vest. This is a proper vest, and this one's a milsim vest, right? So it's kind of cool, but you can move around all your bits and pieces on it, your compartments. It's got a lot of nice Velcro on the back, very tactical. It's got a lot of pieces here and there. The only thing that I'm not really the biggest fan of is this vinyl material that's up in the top corner here in this rubber piping. But it's probably got its purpose. I just don't know what it is, considering I'm slinging over the other side anyway. But you know, this bit here could be better on here. I will say that, but it is fast for the quick draw and it doesn't come out. So it's got exactly what was needed on here. By the way, if you're trying to put a Gen 9 or a Kublai style mag in it that has the mandatory big bend, the banana, they don't like going in. So anything Gen 9, Heckler and Koch, these big banana ones, they don't like to go in here. So basically anything ACR 10 or even the Heckler and Koch fit in there a lot easier, a lot better, and this just hard to get back in. They're pretty easy to get out. Like once you've got it up here, they're easy to pop out, but like I said, if you've got to keep reloading them and jamming them all in there, it's just time wasted. That's all it is. So this is actually pretty cool too. I've just taken from my four-wheel drive, my little hands-free unit, and stuck it on here as well, which normally I would carry this up over the other side, up over here, so I can talk on my comms up there, or at least hear the comms at a low volume in my ear. And got the little Uniden in there. So that's just sitting in there quite happily. And you can actually put quite a lot of stuff in here. It's pretty cool. It's not too bad at all for what you pay for it. For more spots down here for the for mags. So we've got another spot here for mags, and a belt release for the mag as well. So that also works. Very nice. That's what we want there. This is not the loadout gear I would be wearing necessarily with this. So like with this stuff here, and I was on the snipe, I would absolutely just be going for probably just this and some water, to tell you the truth, or just this and this, just because it's got the water on it and I can carry backup gels everywhere. You don't have extra mags or anything like that when you're on the snipe. You've only got your mandatory mags and what's in there. Something which I think that people overlook and don't bring to the gel field on the day is tools. Backup, just backup tools, backup parts, anything that you could use to get you going on the day, because you don't want to be relying on other people and pulling up other people's day and their gameplay for your blaster. It's maintain your own gear, and you know, you won't have a drama with it. Something I probably would use if I was on the snipe and had just a handpiece with me is the leg mount. Just straight to the belt, side of the belt, up around the leg. This is actually very good. I like this one a lot, but there's no need in using that when you've got this, so I just run that one there straight off the hip here, so that there's something to come out bang, 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 bang in close quarters. But otherwise you just got your bolt action and you're taking your snipes and you're sitting there having fun. In relation to the urban style vest, I'd probably be wearing my more urban style clothes. So this is actually what I wear going out in the bush. These are just great, you can't fault them. Awesome. Airsoft pants, just the best. Look, for your knees here, put your pads in, and your home and hose. They're actually very comfortable to wear, they're good, I really like it. So they're comfortable, they're nice, and they're cotton, so they're breathable. So if you are going to go out there in your milsim gear, get something which you can just wear in the bush anyway, because if you go walking in the bush, I highly recommend this stuff, full stop. This is the shirt that would generally accompany that one. Nice cotton again. You got your Velcro tears off the sides and stuff, and of course you've got your elbow pads which go in here. So definitely a worthy investment. Synsoft make this stuff here, which is really good. It's great clothes. It's really comfortable to wear, and you don't have to go that way though. If I was on my snipe for the day, I'd probably be wearing something like, whoop, depending how cold it was, just a shirt. And this is these are all hunting gear. This is my hunting clothes. I love this stuff. So it's very quiet, ruffle proof, I should say. Doesn't sound like this, right? You don't want that sort of stuff when you're creeping past trees. Not a good look. You want to be nice and quiet. So hence, this material here is awesome. You can't beat it. Even Kmart are selling like little fake bag things like that, you know, made of similar material, and it's actually waterproof on the inside. So like I said, with your gels, batteries, whatever you want to put in there. Wouldn't put the water and the batteries in there at the same time though. So yeah, like I said, depending on the day, depending on the shirt, depending on the heat, just make sure you've got something that you're going to blend into your surroundings with. So whether you're going more into a tree area or more into an urban area, you've got something that you're going to, you know, have the most fun with, you know, and sort of embody most of that play that happens for that day, because you're going in there for a military simulation. You really don't want to get shot too quickly, do you? That's not the point of it. So yeah, wear some good clothes. You can't go wrong wearing a t-shirt. You're just gonna cop it by the sun and a lot of job balls. But you know, if you are worried about snakes, I do this on my other channel too. So this is all from my other channel, these clothes here, Oztrek Adventures. So if you are interested in camping, survival, hunting, all that kind of jazz, go tune in and like and subscribe to Oztrek Adventures. But this is just a Gelsoft channel, so I do recommend, if you're afraid of snakes or you don't like snakes, you don't want to be running through some territory that you've never seen before, and it's in the middle of summer and there's eastern browns out, whatnot, right? Some Gators, Hunter's Element again. Best stuff you can get out there, but Gators. So what would that look like as accompanying to a shoe? If we can give you a look. These will latch down around your laces under here. They come down to about here. You can't see it, but they come down to about here. So that gives you quite a lot of protection, and they're really easy to run in, especially these shoes. This is really easy and quiet to run in. So the more money you spend on shoes or your equipment, the better off you will be. Example, not going home for the day because you've been whacked by an eastern brown and had to make the game people worry if you're going to even get off the field in 5 minutes or not. So definitely something that you should wear. Don't really care if it's not milsim, but if you're in the wrong season and it's snaky, wear them. Where I got the glasses from They actually make some really good shoes. I don't know if you can see them down the bottom of it. Very, very, very similar to what I got there, the Hunter's Element ones. These ones here are very, very, very similar. They're not though, but they're awesome. They also sell some really cool packs, and make sure you go check them out. They're actually not too bad. They're prompt service, and I can't rep them enough. Really good. But do wear some proper PPE when you go after the day, because that way you're going to have the best day. You're not going to actually go home because of a broken blaster, or you've run out of gels, or you didn't have enough batteries to get you through it, or you twisted your ankle, or the list goes on. So have fun, you know. Some fields do have a FPS limit, so you could get tested with your blaster when you get there to see if you've got too much FPS running through it. If you've only got one blaster and you have another spring, you might want to swap out your spring. But otherwise, you're going to have to put your blaster in here and go bap and check it before you game. So don't think that the FPS is mandatory at all fields. I think that there's some fields that are open, like Gelsoft Australia has no limits, so no engagement rule. I'm not sure if that means a no FPS rule either, so because I do know that a lot of blasters out there are in excess of 400 FPS per second. Just in case, there's Synsoft. There's another pair, brand new pair of Airsoft Pants, because you can never have enough Airsoft Pants as far as I'm concerned. They're just great. Make sure when you go out to the gel field that you've got everything in place, that you've got everything that you need for the day. You're going to have fun, and you can let loose. You can really let loose, which is the whole point of going out there, spending your $35 and enjoying that day, so you can get out there and shoot as many people on that opposite team as possible. Put their hands up and walk away. That's what you want. Otherwise, it's you putting your hand up and walking out because you don't have the right gear. You've run out of batteries, or you've broken your blaster, or you didn't have a backup blaster, or you had the wrong PPE. You didn't wear the right shoes and happened to twist your ankle. Stupid things. You wore the wrong glasses and caught one in the back of the eye. You know, like, stupid things is what's going to get you taken off faster, and it's also going to give the sport a much worse name. So to do things like teach people trigger etiquette, make sure safety's always on, treat these things like they're absolutely real. In the background, no mag in there. No mags in here. Another reason I do like this too is because it is so breathable. It's really easy to get through. It's super easy to hear through. You can hear everything that's going on. You can cop them in the side of the face. There's no dramas there. And it even makes my beard look funky, if you know what I mean. So they fit really good with glasses or goggles, depending what you would like to call these ones. So they go straight on like that. Really easy. These are really clear. You can see it all sides. They don't sweat. They don't fog up. They're anti-fog. And you can have a lot of fun with this. This is a game unit for going out there most of the day, having a lot of fun, not feeling too overheated. Then cop as many gels in the face with a 400 FPS blaster as you can, because it's fun. Just wear the right stuff. I'm Chad, Oztrek Gelsoft. Peace and love. Catch you on the field, and hopefully catch you in the live stream sometime. Take it easy.